Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be reading lesson number 134. Let me perceive forgiveness as it is. Let us review the meaning of forgive, for it is apt to be distorted and to be perceived as something which entails an unfair sacrifice of righteous wrath, a gift unjustified and undeserved, and a complete denial of the truth. In such a view, forgiveness must be seen as mere eccentric folly, and this course appear to rest salvation on a whim. This twisted view of what salvation means is easily corrected when you can accept the fact that pardon is not asked for what is true. It must be limited to what is false. It is irrelevant to everything except illusions. Truth is God's creation, and to pardon this is meaningless. All truth belongs to Him, reflects His laws, and radiates His love. Does this need pardon? How can you forgive the sinless and eternally benign? The major difficulty that you find in genuine forgiveness on your part is that you still believe you must forgive the truth and not illusions. You conceive of pardon as a vain attempt to look past what is there to overlook the truth in an unfounded effort to deceive yourself by making an illusion true. This twisted viewpoint but reflects the whole that an idea of sin retains as yet upon your mind as you regard yourself. Because you think your sins are real, you look on pardon as deception. For it is impossible to think of sin as true and not believe forgiveness is a lie. Thus is forgiveness really but a sin like all the rest. It says the truth is false and smiles on the corrupt as if they were as blameless as the grass, as white as snow. It is delusional in what it thinks it can accomplish. It would see as right the plainly wrong, the loathsome as the good. Pardon is no escape in such a view. It merely is a further sign that sin is unforgivable, at best to be concealed, denied, or called another name, for pardon is a treachery or to truth. Guilt cannot be forgiven. If you sin, your guilt is everlasting. Those who are forgiven from the view their sins are real are pitifully mocked and twice condemned, first by themselves for what they think they did, and once again by those who pardon them. It is sin's unreality which makes forgiveness natural and kind and sane, a deep relief to those who offer it, a quiet blessing where it is received. It does not continuance illusions, but collects them lightly with a little laugh and gently lays them at the feet of truth. And there they disappear entirely. Forgiveness is the only thing that stands for truth in the illusions of the world. It sees their nothingness. It sees nothingness and looks right through the thousand forms in which they may appear. It looks on lies, but it is not deceived. It does not heed the self-accusing shrieks of sinners mad with guilt. It looks on them with quiet eyes and merely says to them, "My brother, what you think is not the truth." The strength of pardon to its honesty, which is so uncorrupted that it sees illusions as illusions, not as truth, it is because this that it becomes the undeceiver in the face of lies, the great restorer of the simple truth. By its ability to overlook what is not there, it opens up the way to truth which had been blocked by dreams of guilt. Now you are free to follow in the way your true forgiveness opens up to you. For if one brother has received this gift of you, the door is open to yourself. There is a very simple way to find the door to true forgiveness and perceive it wide open and welcome. When you feel that you're tempted to accuse someone of sin in any form, do not allow your mind to dwell on what you think he did, for that is self-deception. Ask instead, should I accuse myself of doing this? Thus will you see alternatives for choice in terms which render choosing meaningful and keep your mind as free of guilt and pain as God himself intended it to be and as it is in truth. It is but lies which would contend. In truth is innocence the only thing there is. Forgiveness stands between illusions and the truth, between the world you see and that which lies beyond, between the hell of guilt and heaven's gate. To cross this bridge, as powerful as love which laid its blessing on it, are all dreams of evil and of hatred and attack brought silently to truth. They are not kept to swell and bluster and to terrify the foolish dreamer who believes in them. He has been gently awakened from his dream by understanding what he thought he saw was never there, and now he cannot feel that all escape has been denied to him. He does not have to fight to save himself. He does not have to kill the dragons which he thought pursued him. Nor did he erect the heavy walls of stone and iron doors he brought would make him safe. He can take off the ponderous and useless armor made to chain his mind to fear and misery. His step is light, and as he lifts his foot to stride ahead, a star is left behind to point the way to those who follow it. Forgiveness must be practiced, for the world cannot perceive its meaning, nor provide a guide to teach you its beneficence. There is no thought in all the world which leads to any understanding of the laws that follows, or the thought which it reflects. It is alien to the world and is your own reality, and yet it joins in mind with the reality in you. Today we practice true forgiveness, that the time of joining be no more delayed, for we would meet with our reality in freedom and in peace. Our practicing becomes the footsteps lighting up the way for all our brothers who will follow us to the reality we share with them. That this may be accomplished, let us give a quarter of an hour twice today and spend it with the guide who understands the meaning of forgiveness and was sent to us to teach it. Let us ask of him, let me perceive forgiveness as it is. Then choose one brother as he will direct, and catalog his sins as one by one they cross your mind. Be certain not to dwell on any one of them, but realize that you are using his offenses but to save the world from all ideas of sin. Briefly consider all the evil things you thought of him, and each time ask yourself, would I condemn myself for doing this? Let him be freed from all the thoughts you had of sin in him, and now you are prepared for freedom. If you have been practicing thus far in willingness and honesty, you will begin to sense a lifting up, a lightening of weight across your chest, a deep and certain feeling of relief. The time remaining should be given to experiencing the escape from all the heavy chains you sought to lay upon your brother, which were laid upon yourself. Forgiveness should be practiced throughout the day, for there will be so many times when you forget its meaning and attack yourself. When this occurs, allow your mind to see through this illusion as you tell yourself, let me perceive forgiveness as it is. Should I accuse myself of doing this? I will not lay this chain upon myself. In everything you do, remember this. No one is crucified alone, and yet no one can enter heaven by himself. So the footnotes. In other words, it is because you see yourself as sinful that you think forgiveness is an attempt to overlook in others the sin that is really there. So Isaiah, come now, let us reason together, says the Lord. Though your sins are like scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. I think that's very beautiful. As the previous sentence implies, what this brother thinks That is not the truth, is that he is a guilty sinner. Should I? Here does not mean so much is it right to, but is it in my best interest to? Do I really want to? For fuller explanations, see the next footnotes discussion of would I condemn myself for doing this, which has an identical meaning. The question does not mean if I did the same thing, would I condemn myself for it? Because if I wouldn't condemn myself for it, then I shouldn't condemn him. Would here is an archaic usage that refers to desire or wish, a usage that's very common in the course. The question therefore means, do I want to condemn myself for doing this? Because that is exactly what I am doing when I condemn my brother for doing it. The principle behind that is that a rule we apply to others, we will then apply to ourselves. Therefore, if we condemn another for a particular sin, we will then condemn ourselves for our version of that same sin. Is this what we really want to do? Um, that is what we are asking ourselves in this exercise. Again, this means, do I really want to accuse myself of doing this? This explains the final line, which means, no, I don't want to. I'm not going to lay this chain upon myself. The overall sense of these lines then is that I want to perceive forgiveness as it really is, that it is rooted in the unreality of sin, and realize that I don't want to condemn my brother, for that will automatically entail condemning myself. So lesson number 134, let me perceive forgiveness as it is. This paragraph, the paragraph number 7, forgiveness is the only thing that stands for truth in the illusions of the world. It sees their nothingness and looks right through the thousand forms in which they may appear. It looks on lies, but it is not deceived. It is not heat self-accusing that shrieks at sinners mad with guilt. It looks on them at quiet eyes and merely says to them, my brother, what you think is not the truth. I don't know why. It reminds me of, I don't know whether it's really, what is the truth, and I really don't know any of those things, but in many times we've heard the story of crucifixion, and when Jesus looked at the person that was at the end. I think I'm not saying the story correctly, but pardon me. Forgive me. Really, what I mean is, like, he looked at the person with nothing but kindness in his life. And that kindness actually just reflected, just passed on, or something stirred in him that just completely changed his life. That's what, for me, this paragraph stands out for. So forgiveness is a very hot, very thick topic. When I was going through something in life, the world teaches forgiveness is, I'll forgive you for what you did, but I'll still hold you all my life a thought that you did this to me. I also thought forgiveness was that. But when I came to the course and forgiveness said, what you think your brother did, he never did. It was a very hard thing to swallow, and I will tell you that it was a very hard thing to swallow. If you have been practicing, if this material is something that you desire, but you, I mean yourself, your higher self, the body desires many things, but the self that is within you, the essence of you, desires the truth. That is how it was for me. If you come here for that, in this material, keep at it. Slowly and slowly, the practicing of forgiveness becomes so much easier. You don't even know how you were able to get past all of that, all of your depression, all of everything that was caused by somebody else other than you in your mind. All of that falls away. It's really truly healing. And know, forgiveness gives me everything that I want. That's a lesson also we have read, I think. But keep at it. There is truth in these words. There is light. You are that. It is very not at all easy to accept all of that thing. Just for now, just pretend all of that. That is you. That there is light in this. That there is. Give it some time. Transformation, healing does happen. Happy practicing, and I really anybody that is doing this work, wish you lots and loads of peace, love, success your way. This is a worthy goal. I will tell you that. This is the most worthiest goal ever. To know the truth, lead the truth, be the truth, extend the truth. I will see you in the next lesson. Love you. Bye.